Welcome back. It was just 1 week ago when President Trump announced authorities had arrested a suspect in the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Today, Kirk's murder is still under the national spotlight, but the investigation into it is no longer the main focus. Instead, what's taken center stage is the issue of free speech, specifically whether or not this constitutional right is in peril, following ABC's decision to pull Jimmy Kimmel's late-night show off the air over comments he made about Kirk's killing. It's worth noting Kirk himself was a rigorous advocate for the protection of free speech, even writing in 2024, quote, "Hate speech does not exist legally in America. There's ugly speech, there's gross speech, there's evil speech, and all of it is protected by the First Amendment. Keep America free." Let's bring in our panel now. Kristian Ramos formerly served as the communications director for the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, and Bryan Lanza was a senior advisor for President Trump's 2024 campaign. I want to thank both of you for joining me. And Kristian, I want to start with you. Do you believe Kimmel's suspension is a violation of the First Amendment and Americans' free speech?
Well, I'm going to start with someplace that I hope everybody here can agree with. America has the greatest comedians in the world. And the reason we have the greatest comedians in the world is because they can say whatever they want without fear of government intervention. You've got George Carlin, Lenny Bruce, Eddie Murphy, Cristela Alonso, so many incredible comics. And that's what people like about America. You can come here and not worry about the government deciding what this person can say and can't say. Yes, this is a violation of free speech.
I mean, how do you see this, Bryan? Obviously, we know one of the foremost principles of Kirk was the protection of our freedom of speech. So does pulling Jimmy Kimmel off the air run counter to his own beliefs?
No, I don't believe so. I mean, this is the free market. This is a customer of ABC saying, Nexstar saying, we're not interested in this guy on our air. Our constituency, our consumers, they don't want to hear these things take place after this devastating shooting that took place the week before. And so this is a company saying we don't want to be associated with them. They express their opinion, and the marketplace dictated everything else. Now, the criticism is fair, right? What he said at that particular moment at night was inaccurate. He knew it was inaccurate. He knew it was going to stroke this type of tension, and he's responsible for his actions. Comedians have to be funny to be comedians, and I think the American people have decided Jimmy Kimmel's not funny by the very nature that his ratings are in the tank over the last 5 years. So, I think this was an easy decision for ABC. They're able to sort of, dump off, underperforming assets, and this excuse that it's a free speech is a convenient conversation for them.
You want to jump in?
I'm old enough to remember when Republicans were against government regulation, and you're saying that the American people decided this. No, they didn't. Shareholders of ABC and Nexstar decided this. The American people had no vote in this. And look, Jimmy Kimmel, this was the man show guy. This is not a liberal firebrand. This is a guy who is pretty middle America. And so, again, I remember when Republicans were for free speech, no Americans decided this would happen. This was a shareholders acting out of fear of the government.
How do you respond to that?
Shareholders are the American people. I mean, at the end of the day, Jimmy Kimmel's ratings were in the tank, not because he was funny. It's because the American people found his humor not to be funny. And like I said, this was a convenient excuse to sort of dump an underperforming asset, which the Kimmel Show had been. He used to be funny when he was a man show, but then he's completely, did a 180 because of politics, and he decided to inject partisan politics into his comedy, and that was ultimately what led to him losing his show. Is you can make fun of politicians, they do it all the time, but it's just become overwhelmingly obvious to at least some conservatives that the comedic tinge is anti-conservative, and it's become more partisan, and we don't have to take that.
And speaking of partisanship, I mean, since Charlie Kirk's assassination, there have been a lot of calls here in Washington and around the country to cool down the political rhetoric, lower the temperature, if you will. But let's take a look at what happened in the House Oversight Committee just yesterday.
It's insane. It's insane. Do I look like a member of the Third Reich to you, Ms. Tlaib? Is that what I look like to you?
You're the one taking your voting card.
Is that what you think? Is that what you think? Is that what you think?
No, that's unethical.
I think it's radical and I think it's insane. And I'll respect everything that you say. But to say something like that to myself and a lot of my colleagues is way out of line.
And I wish I could say it was just that, but then just the week before, of course, there was an argument on the House floor as House lawmakers held a moment of silence for Charlie Kirk. Let's watch that.
let's, wait a minute. The House will be in order. The House will be in order.
I mean, that happened on the day that Charlie Kirk was killed. I mean, you know, what do you make of all of this? You know, can we take the temperature down? I mean, if Congress can't, who can?
Yeah, I would say this. You know, I knew Charlie. He was a colleague of mine in the campaign. You know, the news of his loss is just devastating. And then you add the fact that the way it happened is even more devastating. My friends, my colleagues, they're hurting. They don't know what the path is forward. They know that if they speak up, there's a possibility that some triggered individual can end their life. And so they're coping with that, and sometimes you see it manifest in anger on the House floor, and I'm okay with it manifesting in anger on the House floor. I just don't want it to manifest in violence.
I mean, do you think we can come together?
I'm going to echo what he just said. You know, I personally and a lot of my colleagues on the Democratic Party, we also don't feel safe right now. It is a very scary time to be out there. And I would just say this as somebody who loves this country a lot. What do we want for our country? What do we want from each other, right? Can we have humanity? Can we be there in a way that transcends a lot of this naked and ugly partisanships that we see coming from this White House?
All right, Kristian, Ramos, Bryan, Lanza, thanks so much. Maybe some candy will make everybody feel better.